Today is a day of bereavement, a very sad day, because on this day Pulwama attack happened, a suicide attack on our soldiers destroyed the lives of many people. So I would like to pay homage to the soldiers, and I would like to show my gratitude to the family members of those martyrs of our nation. Power is generally three types. There are three types of power: manpower, muscle power, and money power. It is true in case of a country too, as more than 1.4 billion of people, or 140 crore of people, India has a real manpower. And if we see in the economic terms, India is the fourth largest economy of the world in this day. And if we also see in case of muscle power, we will see that SIPRI informs that India is the fourth largest armed power of the world, or India has the fourth largest armed forces or dangerous armed forces in the world. Yet the attacks like Pulwama happened against us. Attacks like Pahalgaon attack happened against us, because as I said earlier, that like a game of chess, the fate of the people is determined by the powerful nations of the world. If we see, we will find that basically the world listens to the stories, to the narratives told to them. In the United Nations, India was one of the founding members, but today India is not in the Security Council of the United Nations as a permanent member. It is a tragedy, as the largest populated country in the world, or the fourth largest economy of the world, we don't have the veto power in the United Nations Security Council. Why? Because we know that once the sun never set in the British Empire, and India was once under their rule. Later, the transfer of power happened, and India became one of the member country of the Commonwealth. But even then, the world powers don't really want to help India directly when the attacks like Pulwama happens, or the attacks like Pahalgaon or Uri, or the attacks like the Pathankot happened. In case of counterattack, India had done her job. Unlike 26th September 2011, when Mumbai attack happened, India attacked our enemy through surgical strikes, through Balakot attacks, or through Operation Sindoor. But did the world cooperate well? That is a question to be analyzed. The propaganda spread by our enemy often misguides the world. That's why the educated class of India must come forward, whatever means they have with that, so that we can stand by our country. It is a strange thing that even Bangladesh, which is a very small country, if we compare it to India, is threatening us, is threatening India, particularly the northeast states of India. How do they dare? They dare because they have the supports of the great powers of the world. The great powers of the world don't want India to prosper well, because if India prospers, India may capture their market. And we all know that the First World War and the Second World War happened because of the market. The market of the world is such that the big players want the business to be happened through them, so that they can gain financially. They can become the economic superpowers, and they possess the weapons of destruction. We all know that in the 80s and 90s, the Cold War was finished, or the Cold War ended between the Russia and Union or USSR and the United States led the NATO, or North Atlantic Treaty Organization. But did it really end? We now see that even today in the Ukraine, the war is going on. We saw the fall of the Berlin Wall. The Berlin or the Germany was once divided into two parts because of the Cold War, but later it was united, and it was seen as the victory of the Europe. Right now, India and China is facing each other in the line of actual control, or LAC, and the grey zone warfare is happening there. The Pakistani side, LOC, is also often volatile, because the policy that they have to bleed India into 1,000 cuts, or the Chinese policy of salami slicing, or surrounding India through a chain of pearls. We can see that in Bangladesh, the great powers are confronting each other. Yesterday, the election result was declared in Bangladesh and BNP won the election, although the Hasina government could not face the election because they were not allowed, the Awami League was not allowed to take part in the election. Naturally, the BNP will form the government, but we saw at earlier times the BNP or the Jamaat led governments often stood against India and the interests of India. The Indian policymakers and the brave soldiers of the nation is ready to face any consequences. But in today's world, when the information warfare or the propaganda warfare is happening, we can remember the politics or the policies of a nation is often hampered when the enemies of a country spread propaganda like a fuel, a burning fuel among the crowd, and the people often run in fear and get destroyed. So, it is the duty of a responsible citizen, of an educated person to pay the debt of the country, because the person not only has the debt of his parents upon him, but also the debt of the martyrs or the motherland on him. So it is very important to spread the feelings of patriotism and to spread the truth among the people, so that no enemy can distract or rather misguide the people of our nation. There is no love or no religion greater than patriotism.